Vamos! Vamos, Argentina. My voice is completely gone out from the final yesterday. What a day, what a historical night for us Argentina fans as we finally, after so many years of trauma and waiting and negativity, then positivity building around the team, after so much drama, finally, Lionel Messi and Argentina have lifted the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. Lionel Messi, Lionel Messi. Man, what a journey! What a journey it has been for us as Argentina fans. Not only this World Cup, but the entire World Cup in general has been a roller coaster of a ride for us. Starting from, I mean, let's just go through it one after the other. This has been our World Cup journey in this 2022 edition. We start off with, probably the shock of the season. Argentina lost 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. I mean, coming into the tournament, every single one of them was talking about Argentina. Thank you, Ankit Bhai. Thank you. I mean, I think we finally deserved it after all that we've been through. It's something we deserved it, and of course, not only the fans but Messi himself. That's the biggest satisfaction for us as Argentina supporters all these years. So I mean that Argent before coming into the World Cup, every single prediction was talking about how Argentina is going to be the team to beat. Then they talked about Brazil, all those big teams. And then after the Saudi Arabia loss, they didn't play bad that game. Don't get me wrong. Argentina didn't play bad. Saudi Arabia were just too good on that day. Um, Saudi Arabia was just too good. That high defensive line, I'll never forget those offside chances in the first half. Then we went on to concede another. Messi scored a pen though. When I mean, deja vu. Spain in 2010 first match also they lost, and Emmy's last minute save was so similar to Casillas again. I mean, yes, lot of people talked about this being very. I mean, when Argentina lost the first game to Saudi Arabia, people did bring up this fact of that our Spain also they didn't win their first game, and that last minute Amy Martinez save. Oh my God, I that was so crucial. Had he not saved that, the World Cup dreams would have been over. Kylian Mbappe and France would have been world champions, and just don't want to imagine that alternate timeline right now at all. Hi Eddie, hello. He's another Argentina and Barca fan. I mean, he's from the USA, but I'm pretty sure that he's very happy that Lionel Messi finally lifted the World Cup. Hello Eddie, welcome. So after that Saudi Arabia game where we lost 2-1, the entire world of football turned its back on Argentina, and they were like, "No, Argentina are too bad." They were on a fluke run. All those narratives, South American teams cannot win World Cups, and all those narratives started to come in. Then we beat Mexico. If I'm not wrong, Mexico is the game where, yes, Lionel Messi, Enzo Fernandez and Lionel Messi. That 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 Lionel Messi goal comes around flat, hits it along the ground, beats Okoa, who is regarded as the World Cup goat keeper, beats him. Then Enzo Fernandez, coming into his own, his tournament, announced his arrival in style with that top corner finish that brought Argentina back into the World Cup. And we had game against Poland where McAllister and Julian Alvarez produced a performance of their lives. Can we talk about these two boys? Let me just make. Okay, definitely, Ankit bhai, do take care. Of course, it's been a long World Cup, lot of streams you've done as well. Kudos to that. And yes, see you around. See you around. Can we talk about these two boys, Julian Alvarez and Enzo Fernandez, two 21-year-old boys who were playing at River Plate a few months ago, come into the Argentina squad. Julian Alvarez was part of the Copa America squad. They win the Copa America. Finalisma, they don't play. Coming into the World Cup, even as a deep, deep Argentina fan, even I didn't expect them to play a major role in this tournament. I expected them to be like, those kind of impact substitutes that, we will need, especially in a long tournament like the World Cup. But these two boys just simply rocked it for Argentina in this World Cup. Julian Alvarez, Enzo Fernandez, both of them deservedly the young player of the tournament, but only one of them could win it, and it went to Enzo Fernandez. Just a second, let me just get some water. Throat is down bad. Bad throat after all the screamings from the final yesterday. Let's jump on back on the journey. So we qualify for the knockouts, top of the group along with Poland. We topping the group help us, be in the easier bracket, and France topping the group also helped us a lot. So we faced Australia, in which again we had a scare when Australia like scored the goal in the 77th minute. We thought we were going to bottle it, but we didn't. Again, Messi and Enzo Fernandez with their own goal in that game, unfortunate. But Messi and Julian Alvarez once again stepping up. Lionel Messi, man, what performances that he's been having this tournament. So I'll talk about each player individually. Like once we talk about all the games, then we move to the Netherlands game, which was an absolute pop. I mean, blockbuster of a game. What a game to have in the quarterfinals. Argentina, similar to what they did in the finals, 2-0 up, at half 2-0 up against Netherlands, then bottling it in the 90 plus 10th minute, where Weghorst scored that that set piece routine. Absolutely. I thought we were going to lose in the quarterfinals. After that, once we conceded the goal, it was all about, I thought we would be nervous going into the penalty shootout, of course, but Netherlands had the upper hand of by scoring late. The confidence was high for them, but somehow, sadly, Netherlands had to crash out in the penalty shootout. Messi and co doing their job. Emi Martinez, of course, big up Ankit. And yes, AD, if you're free, just hit me a DM. I'll drop the link. Let's have a chat. You know. So yeah, we were talking about, yeah. So that Emi Martinez in that match was absolutely humongous with those penalty saves. Simply I mean, the best keeper of this tournament, alongside the likes of Livakovic, the likes of Bono, all these guys. I mean, Emi Martinez in that penalty shootout was absolutely. Yes, I just sent you the link, AD. If you're free, to join. He was absolutely crucial in that penalty shootout. Then we move on to Croatia in the semi-final, where we absolutely annihilated Croatia. We were the better team. on that day, and we, absolutely destroyed Croatia with a 3-0 performance. Then the final World Cup final, 3-3, Argentina versus France. Argentina 2-0 up at, 2-0 up in the first, what do you say, in the 80 minutes we were 2-0 up. Then suddenly, yeah, I think AD has joined stream. Let me just add him on once. Hello, AD.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm great.
How is the feeling? I mean, it's been almost, and not 24 hours, but it's been almost a day since the final has been completed. And or how do you feel, especially being a Barca fan, and we've been supporting Messi for all these years, and the one thing which kept evading him was the international trophy, but he did win the Copa America, then the talks of the World Cup. But the dream has finally become a reality. So how do you feel, and what do you, I mean, just share your thoughts.
Yeah, it's obviously amazing what he did because at his age, 35 years old, he was fantastic this World Cup, and it would have been so wrong if he didn't win this World Cup for the contribution he had. And this easily surpasses 2014 in my opinion.
I mean, after 2014, the traumatic loss in the finals to the Germans, then the downfall of Argentina, where the squad began to grow old, the likes of Mascherano and all, and the team wasn't really gelling. Then somehow Messi, after that Chile penalty shootout, retired. Then comes back to save Argentina to qualify for the 2018 World Cup. Then we have an average 2018 World Cup. I mean, very poor performance in the 2018 World Cup. Then the emergence of Lionel Scaloni and Argentina. I mean, finally winning it in the 2022. So let's just talk one by one. Let's finish off each player and discuss this. I mean, I'm just lost for words. I'm not sure what to talk. So it just makes me feel so happy that the dream has finally come true. Let's talk about Messi first. Player
Oh
of the
yeah, of course.
tournament, 35-year-old, almost won the Golden Boot as well. Mbappe with that brilliant hat trick in the final,
Yeah.
somehow nicks it off Messi. But let's talk about Messi. Your opinion on Messi's run in this World Cup?
Yeah, it was fantastic, man. Scoring, I think, almost every single game except for the Poland game. And even in that game, like, I know he didn't score in that game. He was still great in that game. And that's the thing with Messi is that he doesn't even need to score to show how good he is. He is still a very much a dangerous player on the pitch in terms of creating chances, in terms of being assists, in terms of dribbling, in terms of playmaking. He causes havoc for the defense, you know?
I mean, of course, he brought out his best for this World Cup. He was absolutely, he looked motivated. I mean, after the Saudi Arabia loss, when the entire world turned their back against Argentina and called them overrated, and I mean, a lot of negativity looming around the team, but somehow we managed to get it. Yes, salty Portugal fan, of course. Fluke win. Okay, then let's talk about the two young players who made the difference for Argentina apart from Messi, of course, in this World Cup was 21-year-old Julian Alvarez and Enzo Fernandez. A quick question: did you expect them to play a major role coming into the World Cup?
Yeah, it was interesting because one of my Argentine friends, we were actually discussing. I was actually thinking because I wanted to do like a on my channel, I did like the young players to look out for this World Cup, and I was like, I was tempted to put Enzo Fernandez. However, he told me at the time he didn't think he would have a major role, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna put him in there. So I was actually considering because I actually did see a possibility because of studying season with Benfica, of course. As for Julian Alvarez, that completely caught me off guard. That completely caught me off guard. I did not expect him to start because I thought Lautaro would be good this World Cup, and one can take advantage of poor form, and we saw how good Julian has been.
So those two boys absolutely show. I mean, even coming into the World Cup, everyone expected, of course, the likes of Lautaro Martinez, Rodrigo de Paul, Paredes, all those guys who've been playing for long in this um, on this. I mean, in this Argentina team to be the main players, but somehow the. I mean, kudos to Scaloni as well in trusting those young boys in at this big stage. Hi, Mats. Welcome to the chat. Lakaka Martinez. I mean, that's how he played this entire World Cup. He was absolutely trash. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do like Lautaro Martinez, but his form in this World Cup was very poor, and so many times, even in the finals yesterday, since after he came on, like Argentina created so many chances, but he made them look like, you know, as if they weren't chances. So kudos to Scaloni as well for entrusting those young boys and at this such a big stage, and there's risk as well. If they don't perform, then the blame goes on him for starting them. But he gave them the confidence, and finally, yes, they reaped results for it. So, and then let's talk about any Emi Martinez, the standout performer in penalty shootouts for Argentina. I mean, he was going to be a key factor, especially after his performances in Copa America. The way he played, the character that he showed, the way that he played in penalty shootouts was going to be crucial, especially in these knockout stages. So, your thoughts on Emi Martinez as having like his World Cup?
Yeah, he was fantastic, man. And obviously, I think it makes such a big difference maker because, we originally would have Armani, and I'll be honest, there's no way you guys win this World Cup with Armani. There's no way. Like the amount of saves he came out clutch, and it's not even just penalty saves, like last minute game winning saves. Like look at
The
the save he did
final
yesterday.
save against
Yeah,
France.
look at the save he did against Australia too in the second half. That could have made it 2-2, and we could have had a whole different game. He's always come up clutch with the saves, and while I do think that I do think RJ has been conceded more goals than they should from open play, which is a bit concerning. But he's come up clutch when the penalty saves, and it's very difficult to save penalties. It's not easy.
Argentina dominated the first half. France were hopeless. Yes, France were too. I mean, first half was very poor. Second half was forgettable until Mbappe got his. I mean, the substitutes that Deschamps made was absolutely, they hit the deck running straight away because Giroud wasn't working because they were lacking pace in that front line apart from Mbappe. I mean, so those substitutions did make sense, and they were simply just running at the Argentina defense. And yes, of course, and maybe he should have subbed on for Dembele. Yeah, he did come off, of course. Yeah. Thoughts on the Di Maria pen genuinely looked really soft. I mean, yes, it was a soft penalty, but these modern football, if I mean, I'm not saying that this just because it's an Argentina game, but in general nowadays, soft penalties are being given as penalties. Even if
Yeah,
you've seen in the big Premier League games and even in Champions League as well, soft penalties are being given, even if there's slight contact, they're giving penalties. So I don't think there's like a big debate to have about that penalty. Your thoughts, Eddie?
yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree. It is a soft penalty, but given how this World Cup has been with penalties and softness, I think you have to give it because it's kind of similar to remember the game against Ghana where Ronaldo got a penalty. It's kind of similar to
Yes.
that one in my opinion. It's like if you gave that one, you have to give this one. You can't
Yeah.
be two ways about it. You have to you have to give everything, even if it's soft. So
Extra time was so unpredictable, especially the second half. Shootout at the end of 90 minutes, including the Messi shot, got saved from a goal. Yeah, the Messi shot was, I mean, he hit it pretty much straight at Lori, so was kind of savable. But your thoughts on that France penalty shootout? I mean, Lori was. I mean, he should have done so much better in that penalty shootout. Your
yeah,
thoughts?
this is the craziest stat I just heard. I heard he's in the three major competitions. He's not saved a single penalty. Like I think it's like something really bad. Like he's not saved a penalty in international competition, which is ridiculous. Like I think the last time he did was against Switzerland. Like that's the last time I remember. And that was the Euros, and Switzerland still won a penalty, so it didn't even mean much then.
I think France. I mean, Argentina. That penalty shootout against Netherlands was like practice, kind of a practice, and we were ready. If there was a penalty shootout that was going to happen, I think Argentina were the better prepared team to you know, take it forward. And France, of course, they didn't have a single penalty shootout in this World Cup. Then, of course, Chiomeni missed the penalty. Then, of course, Lori didn't save, and Argentina did pick up. Dembele did. I mean, they could have kept him on. Dembele is like, as Barca fans, we know how Dembele is. One day he can be the best right winger in the world. The next day he can be absolutely useless on that right wing. So that's, you keep on Dembele. I mean, he could have kept him on at least till like 60 minutes. Maybe he could have created something, but of course, yeah, he did have a poor game in the finals. The two pens are about the same. Yeah, yeah, that was like clear handball from Molina. If yeah, Molina from in the second half, and Mbappe scoring three penalties at the exact same spot. That was, I mean, did you expect him to score all the penalties which he took?
Mm, I mean, it's interesting because I thought he would miss one of the three, because it's difficult to score three in the same game. And the first one was a really good save. Like that for, I mean, not save. Sorry, the first one, Emi Martinez was so close to saving. I don't know if you remember that. And that was like, maybe if he had like saved it, it could have been a different game. And I think the other two penalties, actually, I think the one, the shootout, he was also close. I think the second one
Hmm.
that Mbappe took, it wasn't close at all.
I mean, he did get his hand onto the ball, but it was just too powerful for
Yeah,
him
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
save it. And I mean, everybody expected it to happen like the Harry Kane situation where he missed the second penalty against in France, but Mbappe did keep his cool and did score three. Kolo Muani, find of the World Cup. I mean, there are a lot of players who we can say are the finds of the World Cup. I mean, even Enzo Fernandez, all the people did know about him. He does play for Benfica. A lot of people who know you, who research deep in will know about him. But good, a big stage for a lot of players to show their real talent. Likes of Kudus, he had a really good group stage. Then even Alvarez from Argentina, lot of standout players. But yeah, Kolomuani, he did have a good run. He did have a good impact as a substitute. Rory should have done better. I think. I mean, even the first penalty, he reacts so late. He basically dives after Messi shoots the ball. I mean, after the ball is in the net. So, yeah. Overall, I think he should have done better in the shootout. But that is the point because France. I think Argentina came in prepared to go to a penalty shootout. Better prepared to go into a penalty shootout than France. But yeah, that's the thing at the end of the day. So, any other standout players you think you want to talk about? Di Maria. How can I forget Di Maria? He scored in four finals for Argentina, the 2008 Olympics. Then he scored in the Copa America final in 2020. Then the Finalisma, and finally in the 2022 World Cup as well. Angel Di Maria. Your opinion on him as an entirety of his career? I mean, for Argentina especially, because he has announced that he will be retiring from international football. So basically, his last game for Argentina, and that being a World Cup victory. So, your thoughts on Di Maria?
Yeah. For me, I mean, he's had a illustrious career with Argentina. Coming up clutch in those finals, and that's why I said with Di Maria is that he's a player that he's not really been playing much this World Cup, but he's always going to come clutch. He's a clutch, big game player for Argentina, and without Di Maria, man, would Argentina won these finals? Like I don't know, man. Probably not, in my opinion. It just shows how important he is to this team. That he's a player that can always rise to the occasion, and he tries everything he can. And so there's even an argument to be had that maybe if he was fully fit 2014, they could have maybe won the World Cup. Argentina.
Yeah, I mean, Dima absolutely played his best. Although he had fitness issues this World Cup, he did play the final, and he did have a lot major impact for us in the final. I mean, every single final that he's played, and he's been like the main side character for Messi. I mean, all the limelights are always on the likes of Messi, but he did play a major role for Argentina in this journey. So, many other standout players. I mean, not just Argentina. Let's in general this World Cup. I mean, any notable performances who you think?
Yeah, I mean, from some other national teams, I think Amrabat really played well. I think he
Yeah.
impressed me this World Cup. Like I did not know about this guy to be honest before the World Cup, and he was fantastic. I also thought Onani was good for Morocco.
Hmm.
Let's see who else. For Croatia, I was really impressed with Sosa. I think it was pretty good, and Juranovic.
Yeah,
He
Guardiola
had a
as
great.
well for.
Oh,
Hmm.
Vardio, yeah, Vardio as well. I mean, I always knew how good he was because what he's doing in Leipzig, but now he's
Yeah.
finally been able to show out the world what he's capable of doing.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Yeah, let's see. Netherlands, I guess maybe just lesser extent, maybe Cody Gakpo. I didn't expect him to be this good in the group stage,
Hmm,
although he
hmm,
kind of
hmm.
faded away after the group stage. To be fair, so I mean, he was still good in the World Cup, I guess you can say. Um,
Yeah.
any other players? Not any I can think of right now.
Satar from Australia.
Wait, Australia?
Harry Sutter, the centre back for Australia. I
Oh,
mean, he did play very well in the group stages as well. I mean,
yeah,
they
yeah,
did
yeah.
concede four to France, but still they
It's
did.
France.
Yeah,
It's France. Like, it's difficult stuff, France.
yeah. Then who else? Oh, Poland. I don't think there was anyone. Brazil. I think Brazil were pretty underwhelming this World Cup. I mean, if they didn't, I didn't. They didn't dominate the way I expected them to dominate every single game.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Brazil and yeah. So let's. I think we'll pick the World Cup 11. Then we'll. I think we'll um, drop off. Uh, so let's start. I mean, completely. Let's go unbiased. Let's just pick one player from each national team, and let's. Okay, let's start with the goalkeeper position. So the contenders I feel will be Livakovic. Then there's Bono and Emi Martinez. So any other players you think who should be part of that, you know, player team of the tournament, if you could call it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that from those three, I think that's the most fair. I don't think anyone else should be included for the goalkeepers. Um, so I'll put personally for me, I'm putting Bono. I think he deserves the glove.
Yeah.
I respect Emi Martinez; he's a great keeper. It's just that for me, I think it should be just decided by most clean sheets. That's my opinion. And he got the most clean sheets, and he was integral for Morocco to do well in this World Cup.
Yeah. So that's our one Morocco player done. I think then yeah, most I think would you go for Hakimi at right back in case you had a chance to put in a right Morocco another Morocco player?
Oh, that's actually a good point. I forgot you mentioned that. Maybe we could actually no. Well, the problem is that even if I put Livakovic, we still probably need to put
We'll
Vardio.
I think then we'll just go simply with the team of the tournament. I think it'll be difficult for us to fit in
I mean, we could do one
players.
player from each national. Wait, we could do two 11s. We could do two 11s if you want.
Yeah, we'll do one from each national team first, then we'll go for our actual like final
Okay, okay. Well,
11.
in that case, I guess remove Bono. Then in that case, um, trying to think other goalkeepers that were great.
Oh, the
Maybe you could say,
match gone for
yeah. Maybe you
match
could
gone.
say, oh, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please go
Yeah.
ahead.
Well, I'm trying to think. You could maybe. I know this might seem like a crazy shout. I
Hmm.
just think that we should maybe consider him in consideration. Because like the other goalkeepers have not really been that. Actually, we could go with. Should we go with Allison?
Allison. I mean, that's a good shout. I mean, yeah. Do you want? I don't think any other Brazil player sneaks into the starting lineup. I mean, no,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't think
think.
anyone has had like that good of a World Cup to sneak in. Maybe Neymar, but
Yeah, not gonna lie, he underperformed. So
yeah,
yeah,
I
for me,
think we'll put Allison. Then we'll go. I think the player we'll want to have from Morocco is Amrabat, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, Allison for me, I think. Yeah, I think he's the best Brazil player this World Cup for me. Uh, I think it's two L's. Wait, I is it? I think it's two S's as well. Wait, how do you spell Allison? Let me check. Sorry.
Ah, yeah, Allison. Single L with a double S.
Sorry, sorry. My bad, my bad.
Yeah. Then
I
for
was
the
right, but
back
it
line,
was.
Matt's gone for Hakimi, Guardiol, Sutter, and Hernandez. For
Yeah,
left back is what I'm thinking. Has there been any other better player than Hernandez? Sosa is probably a shout for that left back position.
yeah. I'm trying to
But
think of any of the left backs. Okay, let's do right back first. I think right back's obviously it has to be Hakimi.
yeah, Hakimi,
Uh,
Ashraf
ce-
Hakimi.
Center backs Vardiel. I think you have to put him in there.
Yeah,
Um,
so we're done with one Croatia player as well.
and Moroccan.
Yeah.
The other center back, this is kind of tricky. It's not as clear in my opinion. Mm, any Dutch players
Other
that stood out to you?
Dutch players at centre back. I mean, I wouldn't. Maybe we could have. Maybe we could go for Rodri. He's a shout for Spain. I mean, he played out of position, but he did have like a very good performance, at least on a personal level.
Yeah, I don't think any of the Spain players deserves to be there. So if you're gonna make a shout for Spain, I think he's the only one.
Hmm. Any other countries? There's. I don't think Germany. Nobody comes in. Mm,
Well, I'm trying to let's try to look at the quarterfinalists. I think that's a fair. So we already got
hmm.
Morocco, we already got Croatia, we already got Brazil.
Hmm.
Argentina, we're obviously not going to include. We're going to save it for Messi probably.
Yeah.
And then let's see. For Portugal, are we going to include any Portugal players?
Portugal. Who has been? I mean, they did have. I mean, Felix was good. Liao was good for them. Pepe. I mean, Pepe did play very well. Though the games that he played, he did score a goal as well.
Yeah.
Um, Still, I think we could go for a better option. Just searching for one. Just a second. I'll just.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see who else. Okay. Netherlands. Maybe you could maybe put Ake. I was really impressed with Ake this World Cup too.
Yeah, Ake. Yes. And then Morocco, England, Harry Maguire.
Harry, oh, that's actually not a crazy shout. He was actually great this World Cup. To be fair.
He was amazing this World Cups. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes as well. For he did have a, he. I mean, he played amazing. So how could I forget Bruno? I think we can agree on Harry Maguire. Maybe
Yeah. That
since we
that
had to
seems.
sneak
Yeah.
in
That
an
seems.
England player.
Yeah, that seems so weird. We're including them, but it's merit. It's well deserved.
Yeah,
Okay, left back.
left back.
This is where it got tricky for us.
We can't pick Hernandez because Mbappe has to be in this team.
Yeah. Let's
Sosa we
see.
can't pick.
Yeah, because we already got Croatian, and
Then
we're not gonna pick
uh,
Argentinian.
yeah. So
Hmm. Let's see. I'm trying to think what are
uh,
the other quarterfinals we had. So we had Netherlands, Argentina, Brazil, Croatia. Uh, and then let's see. We had the
England, France, Morocco,
Eng-
Portugal.
yeah. Um, we could also, I suppose, we could play. Um, actually, let me think. Any left backs? Any in the round of 16 that impressed you?
Round of 16. Um, I'm going through the fixtures. Round of 16. Any Austria, Senegal? No. Poland? No. Hmm. South Korea? No. I think if we had, I think we can put RK left back if
Yeah, we
that's
could do that, I guess.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the only feasible. I don't see any other like standout left back performances other than Hernandez. So I think we'll put Ake at left back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then midfield. So I think we can't pick Amrabat since we've already picked Hakimi.
Oh, I forgot. I just realized you're right. And we can't put Casemiro as well.
Yeah. So I think Bruno Fernandes is one player who will go in if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, Bruno. Bruno, we have to put him in. He had a
Bruno
fantastic
Fernandes.
World Cup.
Then Gavi is a shout maybe.
Mm,
I don't want
I'm
to
not.
make it sound biased, but I think one of the USA midfielders can go into the lineup because all three of them were very. I think it's fair to say that we can put Tyler Adams in.
Oh yeah, let's put Tyler for CDM. He was fantastic for the USA CDM. I think he was the best midfielder. So
Yeah,
I would put him in.
he did have a fantastic World Cup, of course. So then the other spot, any
Hmm.
Senegal players. Kudus, I think from Kudus is from Ghana, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's a forward. They're not a midfielder.
Hmm. So then we can't sneak him in as well. He did have a very good World Cup as well. He did impress me a lot.
Yeah, yeah. It's just unfortunate that he's a forward. I don't think he can play. Actually, you could
Yeah,
maybe
he's a
check on the
forward.
phone. Yeah, I
No,
don't
no,
think he
no,
could.
he's a forward.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we
Mm,
can. Let's see what other center mids. Hmm.
South Korea, no. Switzerland,
Xhaka, I guess.
Xhaka, yes. Maybe even Milankovic Savic,
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Milinkovic Savage. Milinkovic Savage, you could also maybe put.
He did play well. So I think we'll put Savic in.
Yeah,
If Savic. Yeah. Then the front line, of course, right wing reserved for
or Messi
the one and only, and even the left wing spot for
is
the one and
reserved.
only Kylian Mbappe
Now
and the
striker's interesting.
striker. Because I think so. What all countries are left? I think we're done with Argentina. Netherlands is done.
Yeah,
Okay,
Brazil's
I
done.
think strikers who impressed this tournament.
Actually, now that way, this might seem like a crazy stretch.
Hmm.
We could maybe go for Alvaro Morata.
I mean that's a shout because he did score like 3 goals coming off the bench. He didn't start a single game in which he scored. So that's a good shout to be fair. Alvaro Morata.
Yeah, and plus I think we already used other national team strikers,
Hmm.
so other national teams, so we probably won't be able
Yeah,
to
so
include.
that would be a Spain pick, I guess. So that's our like one player from each national team of the tournament, if you want to call it.
It looks like
So
a pretty good 11.
yeah, so Allison in goal, Ake at left back, Hakimi at right back, Maguire and Guardiola as the centre back partnership. Then a midfield of Tyler Adams, Milankovic, Savic, and Bruno Fernandes. Then the front three of Mbappe, Alvaro Morata, and Lionel Messi. It's a little weird, but it's a pretty decent 11 that we've picked. I think it's completely unbiased of us to pick one player from each country, and yeah.
Yeah, I like this
So
11.
yes, so that's the 11. So let's jump in the team of the tournament then.
Yeah, team of the tournament.
I think that this will be an easy one to pick. Team of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tournament. I think we can finish it off real quick. So let's just put the obvious ones first. Messi, then of course Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe. Then keeper. Do you want to go Emi Martinez?
I want to go with Bono.
Yeah, let's give him
Well, I
the.
mean, we could go with Emi Martinez. I just want to make this like a little bit like not as like dominating.
Yeah, yeah,
Make
yeah,
us
yeah,
so make it like at least like comparable.
yeah.
Right
So
back, yeah,
Hakimi,
Hakimi. Yeah,
I think Guardiola has to be one of the centre backs.
Yeah, just like in our original thing.
Yeah. And one midfielder I think has to be Amrabat if I'm
Yeah, I'm robot. I'm robot.
he's been an absolute beast. He plays for Fiorentina. I mean, I didn't know that. We do watch a lot of Syria, but I didn't know that he plays for Fiorentina.
Yeah, he.
Then the
Would you take him at?
rest,
Oh, sorry, this is off topic. Would you take him at Barca?
mm, I don't think so. He's the kind of player that, at a team like Madrid or something, he would thrive. That's I mean, his play style is a bit too, um, it's like more of the Madrid style than the way we play at.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Like
would
his
I
passing
would
is.
still I would still go for the likes of Zubi Mendy or even Enzo Fernandez. I would I would take him at all whatever it takes. If he comes to Barca, I would take him, absolutely take him.
It's just my reluctance with Zubimendi is just way too expensive. I'm not sure, like, and
Yeah.
when you pay, like, that's why I'm not really hesitant. Like, that's why I don't really want to get him. It's like I don't want to pay so much money.
Mhm.
Then what if you're a flop? Then we spend all the money
Yeah.
for nothing. So
So I mean,
yeah,
Zubi Mendy is like a risk-free option as well. He'll be a bit cheaper and you know he's good as well.
yeah,
Yeah. So the rest of the positions, left back, I think it has to be Theo Hernandez.
yeah. Theo Hernandez.
The other centre back spot.
Oh, Matt says Soter, in the comment section. Let me see which
Hmm.
national team he plays for.
Soter is from Australia. Yeah, the one I talked about.
Oh, that's the guy you were
Decent
talking
player.
about.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Do we go for him?
Let's look at other options. What do we have?
Oh, you know,
Argentina. I don't think will pick any centre back.
yeah. Remember how we did like the one player from each 11? I mean, each
Hmm.
country. We could have maybe
Hmm.
put him in there instead of McGuire.
Yes.
Yeah, just remember now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, center mids, we could put Bellingham, in my opinion.
Yeah. Bellingham. I mean, absolutely. I mean, all these young boys, they announced their arrival in style. Or I mean, Gavi bossed that game against Costa Rica. Bellingham scored. Saka scored. All these young players who were playing like their first World Cup, they did do bits this World Cup. A lot of young players did very well this World Cup. So it's good to see the shift from the old guard to these new players who will be the future of football. So yeah.
Should we put Enzo Fernandez in the midfield?
Yeah, I think he has to go in because young player of the tournament,
Yeah,
absolute. I
yeah.
mean, completely unexpected that he would start for Argentina and then he comes and does this in the World Cup. So he goes in and centre back. The other centre back, just
Um,
looking at options.
yeah.
Um,
I was going to maybe pick a Morocco, but I feel like we have enough Moroccan players, so I think three is
yeah,
enough. Croatia. We already got the center back.
Guardiola is
Yeah.
there.
Let's see, Argentina, France. Any France center backs? French center backs?
France, Upamecano maybe. Varane and Upamecano both were good, but I mean, yeah, I think I'll go for Varane because he was like just because they reached the final maybe because but I mean final he did have a good game but overall as a tournament I think still I wouldn't go for any of the France centre backs.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think.
Hmm.
Netherlands.
Japan, England, Senegal, no. Cameroon, Brazil, Senegal,
Let me see something.
Uruguay. Yeah.
So let me see. I'm looking at the foot mob. What's their best 11? Because they also did this too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see what they put and their center backs. So center backs they put. Oh, they put Thiago Silva.
Ooh, Thiago Silva.
You know, that's actually not a crazy shout. I actually like that shout.
Yeah, he did play. I mean, he did play good. Yeah, all these others. I mean, more these are like the very common ones. Guardiola, Hakimi, and all are the obvious ones. But this centre back position is like one of the different. I mean, even in midfield, I think we could sneak in Luka Modric.
Yeah, well, for me, I don't think it was that great this World Cup compared to 2018. 2018, I definitely would have put him in,
Yeah,
and it's just that
2018
this
he was
one,
good.
yeah, just one. It was good, of course, but just not as good as like the
I
others, in my
mean,
opinion.
they worked well as a unit rather than his individual brilliance. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
that entire midfield worked well together. So I think Thiago Silva, not a bad shout. We'll put him
yeah,
in for now. Then if we come up with any, better performances, then we'll.
yeah. I think Thiago Silva was not bad.
Yeah, striker position.
Man, striker
We
is
go
also
Alvarez,
difficult.
right?
mm, I like Julian Alvarez, just that he wasn't really consistent for the. Yeah, I
But
mean,
another shout, Matt's put in. He's put in like a different formation. He's gone with a 4-2-3-1, I guess. He's good.
yeah.
He's put in Griezmann.
Oh yeah, Griezmann was really good in this World Cup. He was really
Yeah,
good.
he played. I mean, he provided a lot other than just simply the goals. He did a lot of work off the ball as well. So he could be a shout in that striker position. There's Alvarez. Then any other
Yeah.
France? Yeah, France is we have Mbappe. In
Well, on the foot
Croatia,
month, this is what they did in the foot month. I think it's a bit
hmm,
weird, but they put Messi at striker and they put Bukayo Saka in the right wing.
Saka.
Yeah, that's what they
Why
did.
is I mean, I don't. He was good, but I don't think he was good enough to be in like the World Cup 11. So,
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a stretch. Actually, let me see what Saka's goal contributions are in this World Cup. Let me see his goal contributions. So let me see because if he like let me see his goal contributions. So let me
hmm,
see in the World Cup. So yeah, in this World Cup we got 3 goals and the span of 5 games. Yeah, no assists.
hmm.
Yeah, I
It's a
don't
bit
think.
of a
Yeah,
stretch, right?
yeah, I think it's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking at the teams he scored against, it was against Iran and Senegal, which
Ah,
So I don't think you should. I don't think I should. I don't think we should include. Man,
I'm just
the problem.
looking at other World Cup best World Cup 11s.
Yeah, yeah,
They all of them do have Griezmann in it. So, like
mm.
Fox has like this very weird lineup of. They have Roman Saiz at centre back,
Oh yeah,
and
Saiz. I was gonna mention him if we're gonna do Moroccan center back, but as we already mentioned, I think we had enough Moroccan players, so I didn't want
yeah.
to put.
Then they had Livakovic in goal. It's like a very weird lineup.
Yeah,
Then they put in Kovacic in midfield. Kovacic, Amrabat, and Griezmann. They put Mbappe, Alvarez, and Messi.
I
That
guess we
is
could put
like that.
Alvarez.
Hmm. Then we could, yeah, we'll just put in Alvarez. Then we'll give a like honorary mentions. We'll put in certain players. The likes of the likes of Griezmann. Then we could
Giroud.
say Giroud, yes, of course. Then the keepers, of course, Livakovic and Emi. Then Harry Maguire at centre back. Then the Sutter guy from Australia. Then I think that Bruno Fernandes in midfield as well. I mean, he did
Yeah,
have a good tournament as well.
maybe
So I
Dalot.
think, yeah, Diogo Dalot, of course, he did the 2 games that he started. I think he played very well for Portugal.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it. I don't think we've missed out any of them. I think we've pretty much covered every single standout performers, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, that's our team of the tournament. And yes, finally, Eddie, final thoughts on the entire World Cup and as a whole. I mean, coming into the World Cup, there was a lot of talks about Qatar hosting it, a lot of eyebrows raised over them hosting, but at the end of the day, we enjoy the football and your thoughts on this World Cup as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, I think Qatar showed that it doesn't matter what happens off the scenes. That on the pitch they put out some of the best. We had this is probably one of the best World Cups we've seen in our lives.
I mean, honestly, I think this was much, much better than the recent World Cups that we have, at least in terms of the entertainment and the games, the upsets, the stories, and I mean, uh, lot of good things happened in this 2022 Qatar World Cup. So, yes, any final thoughts before departing, AD? I think you're
Yeah, I
on
mean,
mute.
yeah, but yeah, I think this World Cup was great. I really enjoyed um 2022. It's a World Cup to remember for some time now. You know, maybe during the summer when I'm free, I'll maybe try to rewatch some of the matches of this World Cup because
Yeah.
there's a lot of matches I couldn't see because I, unfortunately had college or I was sleeping that
Mm-hmm.
time. So I'll definitely try to rewatch the matches that there's a World Cup to come, and hopefully 2026 can even be better. Of course, you guys know it's gonna be held in USA, which I live in the
Yes.
USA, so I can maybe visit the games. Maybe you can visit my. Maybe you can visit
Hopefully,
USA
make
there
it
too.
make it to the next World Cup. That's the target after 2022. Hopefully, man. And thank you so much, AD. I'll link all his. I mean, I'll just add him in this in the title and leave his links down below. Thanks a lot for coming on. It
Yeah.
was a great chat, especially having. I mean, yesterday while watching the game, I was sitting with the room full of France fans and me
Uh,
alone supporting Argentina. It just that relief after we won was just different. So it felt so good talking to a fellow Argentina fan, of course. And yes, do sub to his channel as well. I'll I'll drop the links as soon as they end the stream. And yes, thank you, Eddie. And do like this stream as well. Subscribe to the channel. We just hit 400, so let's keep on increasing the numbers. And of course, Barca and Europa League action will return to our lives. So stay tuned for Barca content as well. And let's have more chats and let's do more videos together. And yes, until next time, as always, take care. Bye.